Hello and welcome. It is the 26th day of July 2019. My name is Derek. Like always, all bets, trades of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. Relatively uneventful day today. And we'll start off within gold, 1418. It closes the week at. And really staying in within this 18 average correctionary phase. Had this little breakout, possible failed breakout, it kind of is. But it could successfully still correct within this. It has thus far, as it is really supporting this resistance area that it endured from June 24th until the breakout on July the 17th. There's now only going to be a couple days left in the month as we look at the monthly term, as there will be 29, 30, 3 more days left in the month. It'll end on Wednesday. So it'll looks more like pause-ish kind of move, pending a major breakout, breakdown, but it's holding and staying above and well above this level. It hasn't came back to where it came from if it is going to. It's came halfway in between these two fib lines of 13, 20, 15 and a quarter. So therefore, it looks to me like, okay, it's a clear indication that's where we're going. How it intends to go there, straight up move, come back, then go there next time. It's looking more and more like it's going to be straight to that level. So it's probably likely it's going to hit 1522 before it hits 15, or rather 1321, I would think right now. And going back to the daily, if I see any type of weak tune within the 18, I'll easily change my mind, of course. But for now, I like the chances it's going to have a breakout above this and have a good move rather than that of a successful breakdown below this, which, of course, to be successful, a move down here, meaning, oh, we go to 1380 or 78 and it's a failed break move or breakdown. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised with whichever the next move is that it has a failed move in the opposite direction before it happens. So if we have a key move here to 1522, I mean, it just seems this is the way a lot of times it goes. It'll probably have a good fast move there. Maybe before it happens, maybe you'll have like a 1.5% drop down, and then wow, over like 3 hours or whatever, it just goes crazy. And really, and or the case with silver as well. It's in an uptrend as well. It's area for where it would have to come back to if it were to. Where the last spot would be about 15 and a third up to about 15 and 3/5 or 1533 to 1560. Still well extended above the 18. Small down days yesterday and today. A lot of sideways, choppy action more than anything. But just settling in there, correcting within the 18, going sideways now. So short term 1654 to about 1630 is a very key level. And really, for what it's worth, breaking 1630, huge short term level. Between 1617 and 60, well, first 17 cents of $16. And after 8 consecutive decent down days on the gold to silver ratio, where silver overperformed gold decently with that many days in a row, eight, just a little bit of consolidation sideways going in, but well extended still from the 18 average. And moving on to the crypto space. Start within Bitcoin dominance, so these calculated by TradingView. The high from July 16th has been grinding its way lower, now fighting its way below the 18 average as it's starting to barely decline and moving its way to the area where it came from. Well, we'll see where it goes, but Bitcoin is really just it's in a little bit of a bearish situation. But as I stated on the start of the video, in an uneventful day, we're looking at microscopic volatility. Today's low is in at 9,650. Today's high is 9,897. That's a differential of 250 points. That's more than 2.5%. And this is microscopic volatility. Look at the size of this candle compared to this one and all the practically all the ones before. And the two preceding it make it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's like, man, we're just hanging in there. I mean, it looks bearish to me. We're resisting the 18 lows, but we're still not doing anything. It's not doing anything to kill the bear setup, but it's not breaking down right now either. Within the three, and we'll look at this from there's July 23, 3 days ago, continuing its downtrend, then finally getting to the highs and above it. So we have these few periods. Okay, well, let's see if we can at least, and that's what it's done, uh, neutralize or flatten it out, if not break it out. Well, it didn't do the second, it did the former in neutralizing it and consolidating it. And it's been doing a lot of that over the last more than half dozen periods. As it's barely grinding its way higher, but even the last three, it's not even doing that. It's just in a complete sideways consolidation where it's supporting the 18 average of lows. It's resisting, it looks like around the 18 average of closes, not shown, which is really in between these two levels. Yeah, really not much going on, and there won't be until there is, which is obvious. But key support 96.53 is this low. We have some lows in here. We also have this low in at 95.12. So the range between 95 low change to 96 mid, 96.50, is the crucial big area of support for this move that we're seeing. As far as resistance is concerned, the 18 average of highs is in around 99.5 right now on this shorter term. Key resistance 99, which to me indicates on the very short term it's got to have a very, very good clear break above this. If it does this short term, we're looking to go to the 10-1. And that's the big, big level as far as resistance established. Now, I didn't show the silver. I'm thinking the silver monthly chart because something that's really from what it happened. And let me just show it quickly because I'm done with Bitcoin. But I was just thinking a decent decline. There's your little move up, correctionary trend, and then it just takes it could take a long time, and that's what it's been doing, of course, for quite some time, and still to this point as well. I did mention this, I think, yesterday as well, but silver as well on the monthly chart has made a statement that it's ready to get going. It's kind of like, okay, gold did that a while ago, and the price is still only 16 and a third, so I believe silver is still at a phenomenal cheap prices. That's my point of view. But moving on now to Bitcoin Cash. And on the daily chart against the US fiat, we had this bottom on July the 15th, price actually coming down to a little over 250, currently at about 317. And from this level, it gets up into the 18 correctionary phase, topping July the 20th. Then thereafter that, spending 4 days grinding its way and supporting the 18 lows. But yesterday's session, pausing in there today, really neutralizing this market for the most part as we 18, which has been declining. As long as it can stay and hold above 300 for over the weekend, the band is going to flatten out. But it really does need to make a good established break, really even above the 342 high. And I wouldn't be surprised if it has a fast move up to 400 if it could get above. So basically, getting above 350, the next $50 could happen, could go up pretty fast. Now, in the very, very shorter term time frame, looking at this via the single hour term, we have this level of previous resistance, finding support in here, and well, we can see it again, man. This is what it's looking like right now, and this level here that I hit at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, we broke out, we consolidated it very nicely for a little better than a half a dozen periods, or eight-ish or so. Let me just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh, 8. Yeah, that was good eyes. So it gets above 8 of these periods, and then it establishes resistance. And now 3 periods of extreme microscopic volatility going sideways. Decent price correctionary down to where we came from. The last period, microscopic volatility, just going hanging in there, and 14 minutes 20 seconds left. This is a pretty darn good low, extremely microscopic volatile period. It's keeping the uptrend moving up within the 18 and staying looking like this price is staying within the this little high area here. That I wouldn't be surprised if this does have a move in here, getting above in here, and of course going higher if it goes above. Using the crossover to Bitcoin, pretty much the exact same type of look on its single hour term. There's a nice little move. There's 8 periods going sideways. This little move in here. And coming back to where we came from, and as well trying to leave the 18 on its daily term time frame. This is a statement period. Okay, okay. I hear what you're saying, BCH/BTC. Of course, that's what the crossing is. And it's these lines are very like this little period day here coming back. Like, this is a big level of resistance that it had. Obviously, this is where it broke down from the last time it hit it, and it broke down hard as it came right down this low decent sized rally, large sell off again. So we've seen that the market has at least neutralized itself out. The 18 average of lows and highs, the decline has stopped. The sideways action has started, and further momentum will start upward rising amongst the 18. And upward movement will also be doing that of stage number two and establishing a level of resistance for a reversal of trend. For stage one has already occurred. That's to neutralize and the downtrend basically go sideways, and that's exactly what it has done for several days. I guess you could say starting after the top occurred on July 17th, there was one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 full days, and the portion of this day and even the portion of today, so seven, more than a week of going sideways, staying within the 286, mainly to the 313 handle, a couple small moments piercing above. And within this, now that it's had this, what I'd like to see is a little bit higher of a move. But even if it doesn't, to hold and stay above this key little area, which would be like the 30 handle, 18 average, of course, especially the lows would start to rise. So I'd like to see that become an area of support at or above that 30 number. So it needs to rise a bit in time, of course, to get there. But even better so if it were to even come up to the 35 handle and then do one of its nice little things, which is either come back to the 18, or if we don't find resistance here, and I'm fine with that, to have just a decent sized move. I end up buying a bit of Bitcoin Cash, a little more, as Cardano. I gotta say, I fortunately, unfortunately, it was had to exit out of the position for ADA on the Atomic Wallet. It just wouldn't send. I tried all day to send funds. I had to actually go to use another Cardano wallet, put my private keys in just to be able to get my funds, and it worked that way. But I've been thinking for a while, like, how do I get funds for Bitcoin Cash? And I think, like, I did this little way, and I'm thinking, you know what? It's probably best for me to limit as much as I can and just go for some major crosses, because right now Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, it's at by far my largest trading cross, and it's not volatile in comparison to the rest of the crypto space. It's not volatile, that is, but to me, I think it is the way to go. And I look at it this way, and I think of this all the time. What's my best play? I mean, I could just trade like three or four things, and that's it. Just higher stakes, of course, but I could pretty much get the same results for the most part trading four crosses than I could trading 24 crosses. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of them. Like I made a trade earlier at Sky and Go, and I'm like, man, this is just too fun. I'm not getting out of this one. I'll get to that one in a second. But yeah, so the way I think about it is, if I were just to say eliminate like maybe four, five, six, and just put all into Bitcoin Cash forward slash Litecoin back and forth, and just keep on trading this along the way, it means that if I get a move of like even like a 7, 8, 9% flip on something, that's still pretty good stakes considering that. Well, of course, the amount of Cardano that I had basically went to Bitcoin Cash, and the amount of Litecoin I allocated for Cardano, well, it's now allocated towards BCH. But I think BCH is going to be the crypto of the near future. When I say near future, going into the next decade, as it has a lot of the problems. I think that Bitcoin is going to be fixed, or that they don't have, that Bitcoin has. So that's why I want to. I mean, a little over $300. Bitcoin 10,000 ratio, of course. Well, I'm looking at this one here, but let the market do what it needs to do on these charts. As we can see here, have its up and down moves, and I enjoy seeing these things go. Oh, we go from like two up to like here, back and forth, and just keep flipping them back. And then 2, 3 years from now, I can say, wow, okay, this worked out pretty good, because it's just a way of accumulating both coins that you like. And to me, I'm a big fan of. I'm thinking, if you just stick a bunch of Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash in your wallet and just wait and wait for the big prices, it's going to work out great for you. But for this could work out even better, is how I look at this. Especially when I try to like, if I look, one of the things as a trader, I get to the point of, okay, I look at like day trade profits. Okay, I flip this back and forth, and I've done this and this over the last 30 days. Well, I can technically buy this amount of gold and silver, this much amount of gold and silver from the profits from it, because I got maybe two free Litecoin here, I got this free there, I got that free there. It works out to this much in Litecoin, we'll say. Yeah, let's buy some silver, and that's something I do a few times as well. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing is just removing some crossings. I just don't know what, and I think a lot of times stuff like with a lot of these gains that come up in the movements that I just might even do that then is another way of accumulating Bitcoin Cash, because I wouldn't mind getting into triple figures of BCH. I'm in double figures, but I wouldn't mind getting into triple for my ownership. I've never ever owned 100 BCH, but it'd be pretty fun to do, and I can use my trading skills to do it. Okay, so the Sky and Go coin, I made a trade on it earlier today. It went down, so that means I sell the coin on the right hand side. I sold Go Chain, I bought Sky, but on the top in here, it was the opposite. I sold Sky and I bought Go. So let the markets have its moves, and when you can do stuff like this in the failed breakdown, there's no fast move from this failed breakdown really, but I'll take I'll sell down here, and even moves like this, you like July 21st to here. What I'll do is I'm just going to show you from July 20th to now what the trades are. And it was interesting because on the 20th I was like, wow, that was 6 days I had without a trade. So the market went down from 108 to 99 and then down to 91. So the 91 and a half I was able to pick up right in here. And of course I did that on July the 21st. The next day I sold at 102 and then again at 111. So 102, 111, and you can see it pull back. And on the pullback, let me just bring up the spread or notepad. There's your pullback right there to 103.09. It came down to 101. I got 103, so yeah, that's fine. And then after 103.09, 2 days ago, we can see that it was 113 almost and a little over 104 today. So 113, okay, and 104 where we stand right now. I'll wait again to see where it goes and just keep flipping them back and forth. And as we head into the weekend, a lot of these alts just they has a lot of good bullish setups going right now. Theta, I like its bullish setup, and at 1283 Satoshi, but I like how it's holding and flipping over. We can see the how like the water slide is trying to revert it back up, doing the opposite direction thing it was doing here. I like how after these few days, how we have these few days doing this, and really a nice effective pause day today, so that's pretty cool. As far as Ethereum Classic is concerned, at the 634 handle, it's not 634 Satoshi, it's like 63,000. They just don't, they have two less decimals on it. But we have this breakout July 22nd, getting above the 18 average of highs. 3 days of going, really 4 days, including today, of just sidewaysing this move. But it did technically looking like it broke this level of resistance in here. A little bit higher. So looking at this shorter term, it's exactly what we're seeing. It's now just showing, okay, yeah, it looks it's a break of resistance. At the band here between 623 and the 630 handle. Overextended, but barely above the 18 highs. Overextended because continuously green candles up, but nothing of major epic proportions. So at a stage like this, I wouldn't be surprised that it looks to me as if we're going to at least probably at worst have a good test of this level here. I mean, it's only 20, 30 extra basis points or 3%. At minimum, 3% more. 4% more. But whether it just keeps going up like it is, or we have some sort of correctionary phase back to the areas of where we came from in the 18, I don't know. And then we have gross coin, and there's a lot of coins like this. I'll make this the final one, or the final. So I was planning on doing a 14, 15-minute video. Now it's barely going to be over 20, which is cool. But after this low, we have this breakout day, July 22nd, and now really 4 days of just doing this sideways movement in here, doing very well, holding within the 18 average of highs, moving on to the 8 hour. What I like about this is there's that good breakout there. There's the down move. There's the sideways bit in there. A lot of these charts showing very similar looks of this type of nature, where we're seeing these levels of resistance have already come back to support like this and trying to break out like that. That's what I'm seeing with a lot of these markets. But yeah, 2 days within the 18 like this on the highs after, or two 8 hour sessions rather. So this 20-hour period here, I like how it was able to come back. He got this point A. A lot of this awesome volatility with intra period if you're able to catch on to some of it. And yeah, from this low, there's the hold. What do we got? 59 minutes left in eight. That's it's pretty much it's 6/7 or 7/8 completed. Better than such, as it's 7 p.m. Eastern time as I'm doing this. So I like how it's holding this. So to me, a lot of these things look poised and ready to get going. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.